Crafting the creepy, normal, creating a chilling villain. Villains are the lifeblood of any good story. We've become accustomed to slasher films and jump scares, but the most terrifying villains are the ones that walk amongst us disguised as normal people. On today's video, I'm going to start talking about some of the elements of creating a great villain for your novel. There's an art to creating a villain who sends shivers down your spine precisely because they seem so normal. Let's break it down into 3 key elements and a bonus that I'll share when I'm teaching at conferences. The one thing that most authors comment on at my teachings. The Writing Career Coach channel and writingcareercoach.com work together to create your ultimate destination for mastering the art of professional writing. From crafting captivating content to honing your freelance skills, we offer expert guidance tailored to writers of all levels. Like and subscribe to this channel or jump to our website, the link is in the description, to join our free community today and embark on a journey to elevate your writing career to new heights. All right, are you ready? First, we're going to humanize the villain. Every villain has a backstory, and the most chilling ones are often those we can empathize with, at least to some extent. Start by giving your villain relatable qualities, perhaps even admirable ones. They could be a loving parent, a dedicated employee, or a charismatic neighbor. This makes them all the more unsettling when their darker side is revealed. My favorite example of this is Mr. White in Breaking Bad. You have a man who is a funny, quirky guy struggling with trying to be a decent person before he becomes evil. So don't just think of the tough guy, don't just think of whatever your stereotype of a villain is. Think about the person who is doing evil for reasons they feel justified in. Second of all, subtle red flags. Now here's where the magic happens. Drop hints throughout your narrative that something isn't quite right with your seemingly normal character. These red flags should be subtle enough to go unnoticed by other characters, but noticeable to your audience upon reflection. They may seem like a normal, overprotective person who is always concerned about the well-being of family members until they become an overpossessive stalker villain. They could be the husband that always reassures his wife that she will be safe and he will never let the serial rapist get to her until she finds out he can make that assurance because he is the serial rapist. The easiest way to set that up is to think of the end point and a crescendo or a mountain peak. About 80% of the way up, it's still normal. Then there's something that is suddenly not so normal. And then it becomes completely abnormal. Then you find something there to place about 20% of the way up your story. A one-time misstep that upon later reflection told the reader that something was off. But have a justification to reassure them that it's fine there in the beginning. You don't want to tip the reader off. If you figure it out too fast, it isn't fun anymore. So third, unleash the darkness. Finally, when the time is right, peel back the layers to reveal the true extent of the villain's depravity. This should come as a shock to both your characters and your audience as they realize the horrifying truth lurking beneath the surface of someone that they thought they knew. If you've been setting it up a little bit at a time, then you can make the character so relatable and so understandable to the reader that when they see the evidence they dismissed before, they want to believe that it's like a friend, that they could never do anything wrong, whatever that thing is. Now, here's the bonus that I share whenever I teach at conferences or work with writers. Crazy people don't know they're crazy. This is possibly obvious, but think about the implications to your writing. A person who is walking up the street talking to themselves about complete nonsense isn't doing it to draw attention. Doing that makes sense to them. Why do it? Why are they doing that? What are they trying to accomplish? What need are they meeting? Who do they think that they are helping? Just the same, a person who kills their spouse feels like this was the best course of action. Why is it? The craziest reason I have heard recently about the motivation for killing a spouse, and this was a true story, was a woman who killed her husband because her family didn't believe in divorce. So she planned and executed a murder and felt justified because murder was better than divorce. So how do you build that irrational thinking into your character? How can you strengthen your writing and add subtle clues that have more to do with these much less obvious clues? That is what makes a memorable novel. So which of these resonated with you? Which do you want to hear more about? Put it in the comments below, and if we make a future video on it, we'll respond to your comment with the link. This is an introduction only onto how to build a villain so unnervingly normal that they haunt your readers' dreams. Remember, the most frightening monsters are often the ones hiding in plain sight.